0-1. The game was not fun. Julio went off but couldn't get the job done. Or should I say Matty? Not so nice. They called him Matty Meltdown. Was he worth the price? Kiki, we gonna miss you. Please get healthy. Is the defense gonna hold us down? Because we couldn't knock the crown off of Philly. What's the season gonna be, really?
Rise up. Rise up.
Definitely not how we wanted to start the 2018 season. 0-1. And the hardest part about it is it started just the way it ended last year in Philly. Fourth down opportunity, multiple opportunities on the goal line to make plays, and we just couldn't find the end zone, man. And the crazy part about it is all off season they've been talking about working on the red zone. And I know it's just one game, so I'm not trying to blow it out of proportion, but things got to change, and they got to change soon. Penalties obviously killed us. We only had one touchdown the whole game. That was Tico Raw. Not much of a running game at all. 15 attempts. Nobody got over 40 yards. They were effective in the pass game a little bit too. And it's a very, very small sample size. But I mean, what do you guys feel like it is? We're 0-1. What do you guys feel like our final record will be when it's all said and done at the end of the year? Gotta talk about Julio a little bit, you know. He had me real concerned in the offseason, all the holdout stuff. Just because obviously he is the best player we have. I know that can be a toss-up between him and Matt Ryan, but you can't have one without the other. You can't have the wide receiver without the QB throwing him the rock. But yeah, that offseason drama just kind of had me shook because it just seemed uncharacteristic. And I know he's got to get his money, but at the other side of things, he had the contract. So that being said, he went off Thursday night. Everybody saw that. He was definitely healthy. Caught damn near everything that went in his vicinity. That one catch on the sideline was definitely a catch. You're controlling it. You have the ball up against your helmet and you're sliding out of bounds. It's a catch. Super controversial call. But he's actually, he was 10 for 169. He's tied for fourth with Tyreek Hill, I believe. Yeah, tied for fourth with Tyreek Hill. You can see Jared Cook and Michael Thomas are above him. Both tied at 180 for first and second. But obviously Julio is a beast that game, and he really shows up in primetime games overall. So with that being said, what do you guys think about the offseason Julio? Do you feel like it had an impact on the timing between him and Matt Ryan, or is Julio Jones the best receiver in the NFL? I know you get a lot of OBJs and a lot of Antonio Brown in the conversation, even DeAndre Hopkins. Y'all feel like we still have the best receiver in the NFL. Gotta move on to Matt Ryan. So he's obviously coming off just getting paid big time this offseason. Personally, I feel like Matt Ryan is the best quarterback we've ever had. The reason I feel like that is because he's the only one who's ever given us back-to-back winning seasons. A lot of people I know will say Mike Vick, and don't get me wrong, Mike Vick was the most talented from an arm standpoint, being able to scramble. He changed the game, and he put Atlanta on the map, so we'll always have respect for Vick. But Matt Ryan, he's honestly the total package. He's a pro's pro. I know that he's giving it his all in terms of studying, in terms of doing the right things in the offseason to make sure he's both mentally and physically prepared. So ever since he came in the league, man, Matt Ryan's been a stand-up QB, so I'll always ride for Matt Ryan. But obviously this was not the best game for him, man. I think they made an effort to kind of force it to Julio, and sometimes they should have went elsewhere. He had one interception where he was forcing it to Julio, in the end zone. Well, not in the end zone, right before the end zone. He had another almost interception, a few kind of close scares, but nobody's perfect. It's the first game of the season. I honestly feel like this will be not a trend, it'll be a blip. And then what a lot of people see, the plays that happen, they don't know if it is mostly Matt or if it's mostly Sark. Because obviously we've seen Matt Ryan through several different offensive coordinators. We know what he's capable of. Last year was more interceptions than we would like, but it was the first year with Sark. We hope to see them develop that chemistry in the offseason. Again, one game, one sample size, but I personally feel like Matt Ryan will bounce back to more of an MVP-like form compared to last year. So we're going to see more of a 2016 like Matt Ryan in 2017, and that's what I hope, at least. What do you guys feel is mostly the blame for our lack of scoring in the red zone? Is it mostly Matt Ryan not being efficient down there? Is it mostly Sark? Is it a combination of both? Which I'm leaning towards being a combination of both. Like I said, nobody's perfect, but do you think Sark is the blame? Do we need to make a change? If so, do we need to ride it out for the first couple games and then make a change, or do you feel like the change needs to come as soon as possible? Keanu Neal, and Deion Jones, man. So obviously we saw Keanu Neal go out. It looked like it was a leg injury. He came back in the game, thought everything was all good. He went out again, same leg. Turns out he's going to be out for the season. And he was our enforcer really in the middle. So he's going to be a big miss. But when it happened, in my mind I was thinking, obviously I hope he gets better. I hope we end up working things out. KZ stepped in. He played big for us. He actually played a part in that Deion Jones interception. He also, KZ was actually stopped a few plays from going to the house almost. So there was a play where Aguilar had it. He did a little move and was heading up the sideline. It was just KZ. He stopped it. And also a play with Clement in open field. So KZ can hit, and he showed out all preseason, but obviously Kiki is the starter. Keanu Neal is the starter for a reason. But KZ's going to have to learn. He's going to have to step up fast. And Dan Quinn said that it would just not only be him, but it would be other people filling that gap for Keanu. And it is a big gap. We're going to miss him a lot. So Deion Jones, for those who didn't know already, is now on injured reserve, meaning he will likely come back at some point this season, but we don't have a timetable on that, and it is a foot injury. And I honestly feel like of the two players, Deion Jones is the hole to fill, because he's been outstanding since he entered the league, and both of them entered in the same draft class. But man, that's going to be a big gap to fill, and honestly our offense is going to have to kind of overcompensate, because even though our defense was improving, those two players, missing one, and maybe we might be able to stick it out, but missing both of those guys, honestly, it's going to be tough. Not to say we can't do it, just other people are going to have to step up, and we'll see what happens. Brian Poole had a sack. Tack had a sack. Rico, I feel like, had a great game. I saw some great pass breakups from him. I mentioned KZ before. Grady Jarrett is a beast, and I think that penalty was some bull, but it is what it is. Talking about Philly overall, man, these are the defending Super Bowl champs. It's tough to win on the road in the NFL overall. And they're Super Bowl champs for a reason. That defense is legit. Throughout history in the NFL, defenses kind of pick up on it a little bit sooner. They gel a little bit quicker than offenses. And that certainly showed on both teams Thursday night, but especially with Philly, man. I feel like Matt Ryan, I don't know if it's more our offensive line or their defensive front, or probably a combination of both, but man, they came to play. Give them credit where credit's due. they're Philadelphia. They're the defending Super Bowl champs, and the thing that sucks about it is just like in the playoffs, we had our opportunities. It was good Philly, sure, but the best Falcons didn't come out to play, and that's kind of what hurts. So what's the season looking like, really? Overall, it's one game. People try to get overhyped. Honestly, this second game is gonna tell me a lot. First home game, obviously, it's against a division foe. And what do you do when you get punched in the mouth? Because make no mistake, we got punched in the mouth. For those of you who don't know, obviously the Saints dropped their home opener to the Bucks with Ryan Fitzpatrick, which is kind of crazy to see. And the score was high on that too. I did not expect that from the Bucks. So it'll be interesting to see what they're looking like week 2. It'll be interesting to see if the Saints bounce back or if they're 0-2. But we have a chance now to go 1-0 in the division. So that needs to be our focus. That needs to be our goal when the Panthers come to A-Town for our home opener. And they just skated by beating the Cowboys. But yeah, man, what do you guys feel like? What do you guys feel like our must-haves are against the Panthers? Like, what are our keys to victory, in your opinion? Honestly, I feel like we got to establish the run game better. Because once you get that working, those play actions, Devontae and Tevin. Devontae got a little bit banged up, but as far as I know, he's going to be good to go. A lot can happen after you get those guys rolling, man. We do have 2 of the best running backs in the league. In my opinion, the best tandem in the league. So it'll be interesting to see that home opener. We played them close last year. The first time seeing the Panthers was November 5th, and we lost to them in Carolina 17-20. So it was a close game. We ended up seeing them again the last game of the season, and we won 22-10. And that was a big win for us. That was at home. This time we're starting it off at home, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, man. I know Cam is from Atlanta, so he likes to try to show out when he comes to Atlanta. And the fact that they're coming off that big win, I don't know how that's going to impact the game. But my biggest thing is when Cam starts getting the run game going on his own, those QB keepers, man, he can be a dangerous dude. That's a big guy, man. But I feel like we know them well. We can play them well. Their defense is a really good defense, but they're not the same when they're not in Carolina. So if we can take them over the top, really, I hope he has a breakout game against these guys. And they're the Panthers, man. You know what it is when it comes to division games. We don't like them. They don't like us. Facts. But this is Rise Up Regime. I'll be back next episode to talk about how the game went against the Panthers. It's your boy Devin, a.k.a. Devin McFly. Let me know what's on your mind, man. Let me know what I missed. This is a changing thing, a growing thing, something that I want to do, something I wanted to vent to fellow Falcons fans about. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. At the end of the day, I'm a Falcon till I die. Rise up, win, lose, or draw. Straight up, Rise Up Regime.
I think it's time that you bow down, cause we about to rise up. You know them birds gon' fly when you see us in the sky, and you hear the battle cry, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. If you ready, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, cause we ready to rise up.